Hi, and welcome to The Language Lie.
A podcast about idioms.
I'm Ingrid.
I'm Casey.
How's it going, Casey?
So great. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Cool. Are you excited about idioms today?
I'm always excited about idioms, Casey.
It's
I was
very weird
born
to me.
excited about idioms.
I don't understand that. It's very weird.
It'll never get normal to you. It's true. I'm excited because you did the research too, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. It's like Christmas over here.
Yes, it is like Christmas. Do you happen to know off the top of your head what our little intro is on our website or on our Patreon? I'll just go ahead. Join Casey and Ingrid as they take a humorous dive into the origins of your favorite idioms, and we all learn something new. They chew the fat, spill the tea and the beans. All right, well, I'm just going to stop there. The idiom today is chew the fat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that I did not know off the top of my head the intro to on our website
that we wrote a year and a half ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I try to say it to myself before I go to sleep every night, but
it's like a prayer.
It hasn't really stuck with me. Oh, that's a really fun one.
Yeah, I figure since it's literally the first one listed,
we should
talk about it. We should address that.
Okay, I like it. Let's address the elephant in the room here, Casey.
Cool. So have you used this one besides in that introduction?
I have used it when I wrote the introduction on our website. Yes.
Yes, I do remember that.
And in life, I don't say it a lot. Chew the fat.
Yeah, I've never said it.
Well, do you want to take it off our website?
No. I mean, I'm about to say it a lot today.
Okay. Yeah, I don't use it myself, but I have heard it used many times in my life.
By people in real life?
By real people, yes.
Weird. Okay, cool.
Many of them probably old Southern relatives of mine.
Got it. Okay.
And unfortunately, I'm now thinking about fat back, which is uncomfortable for me.
Cool.
Chew the fat means to jibber jab, to tell a story, to talk a lot about something.
Wow.
Yeah, to discuss something.
Sure. The idioms.com says to have friendly banter for hours on end.
That's what jibber jab means, in case you wanted to know.
Got it. Thank you. They also say to gossip with a friend at leisure. Merriam-Webster says to engage in casual or rambling conversations.
I am a pro at casual and rambling conversations.
Yes. See all 42 previous episodes where literally all we do is chew the fat. Merriam-Webster also lists some synonyms, including babble, gab, jabber, gossip, which I thought were cool. They also listed
Stop cursing for our young intern.
They also listed a few related idioms. Not that this is a new segment, but I thought it was.
I love a related idiom. Yeah, definitely.
Talk a blue streak. Blow smoke, shoot the breeze.
Okay. I like all those.
Yes. The example that they gave is the friends chewed the fat late into the night. Right. So cute.
It is cute.
Do you know about the origins of this idiom? Take a guess.
People in a diner eating something that had fat back in it, and they're chewing on the gristle or something.
Okay, cool.
You looked really excited for half of my answer, and then you looked disappointed in me.
I almost did a spit take just there. I am never disappointed in you.
Oh, thanks, Casey. Sometimes you might should be, but I appreciate your undying enthusiasm.
Yeah, of course. I just ignore that stuff. So there are a lot of origin stories to this idiom.
It's
Not
like the
all.
Marvel universe.
Yeah. Yes. It's the Marvel universe of idioms. Way to really like bring it home for the young listeners. There are rumors that the native people of North America would chew on hides to soften them so they're more pliable. There are rumors that British farmers would chew on smoked pork as a treat,
Okay.
a high protein treat, high fat treat.
That's kind of what fatback is, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
pork thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think I don't, I'm not a Texan, so I don't know all the specifics, but I feel like it could be pork or beef, I would imagine.
Okay.
Grammarist offers that the expression could come from sailors who would chew on salted dried fat. This would take a long time to chew, giving them plenty of time to talk.
But if you're chewing, I'm having a real problem with this. If you're chewing, how are you talking at the same time?
You can like talk and chew gum, can't you?
If you want to be really annoying, yes.
Okay.
Talk and chew gum, like
Cool.
Violet Beauregard on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Another great reference for our children listeners. Sydney Morning Herald says that the idiom stems from the 1500s when folks would have guests over their house. The homeowners would hang bacon over the fireplace.
Oh.
Yep. During these days, pork wasn't exactly the most easily accessible commodity, which doesn't really make sense to me because in the 1500s, I'm assuming most people lived on or near farms, and I would imagine most farms had pigs on them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would imagine the same.
I don't know what the Sydney Morning Herald is talking about, but
I may I just say, brief side note, I dropped my child off at school, which is basically in downtown Austin, and was like trying to turn around and went through this neighborhood. And all of a sudden on the right, there was a large yard with a pig and a goat and a lot of chickens. Like there was a large pig just kind of in this yard in downtown Austin.
cool.
He was cute.
I go to this little brewery place up the street, and one time I was there. This is when I first started going there. I look over and there's like some dogs around, and like cool, all these dogs. And I like do a double take, and it's one of the dogs is actually a pig on a leash, chilling like a dog.
Was it a large pig or like one of
It
those
was.
BS?
I mean, it was
little
smaller. It
potbelly
wasn't like a
pigs?
huge
Okay.
pig, but it was still relatively
Sizable.
large. Yeah, like noticeably large.
Okay, so we got some pig stories.
Yeah. So in these days, says the Sydney Morning Herald, pork was a sign of wealth and a sign that, quote, a man could really bring home the bacon, end quote. So the story goes that they would cut off pieces to share with the guests, and they would all sit around chewing the fat. They go on to say that at some point in time, quote, someone realized the rhyming connection between fat and chat, and that's how it started. Worldwide Words says that story I just told you is complete
False.
Rubbish.
Utter rubbish. Okay.
And in
Worldwide
fact,
Words is good at saying that these are complete and utter rubbish. Yes.
Yeah. And in fact, from Wikipedia, the legends before that I mentioned, there isn't really evidence to support any of those claims that sailors chewed on fat, that farmers and or Native Americans would chew on fat for no reason.
Well, I'm sorry that all those other people were liars.
Liars.
Lying liars who lie.
So the long tail that I told you about, the hanging bacon, that actually appeared in an email that went around in 1999. That was part of an.
Wow. It was a Y2K thing.
Yeah, it was part of a larger article called "Life in the 1500s" that quote purports the origins of several puzzling expressions. It still annoyingly pops up from time to time and has unfortunately been widely taken as accurate.
All right.
So
don't believe those emails people are sending you guys.
Mm-hmm. Worldwide Words goes on to say that the first mention of this phrase, published anyway, is in the life is in Life in the Ranks of the British Army by J. Brunlees Patterson, which was published in 1885, in which he likens it to a kind of generalized grumbling, the bending of ears of junior officers as a way of staving off boredom, which I guess is a part of Army life back in the day.
Okay.
Side note from Wikipedia. Prior to the adoption of metallic cartridges, most ammunition was composed of powder and a ball wrapped in paper cloth soaked in animal fat, which was bitten open during musket drill. Soldiers were known to chew on these ends to pass the time and release the nerves. And in some instances, they would do that instead of using chewing tobacco.
Neither sounds very good for your health.
No, not great. Also, like, isn't that scary? You're chewing on.
Yeah. No, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
As you were saying it, I was trying to wrap my brain around the image of it. And I was like, don't do it. Don't do it, soldier.
Doesn't seem healthy.
No.
In Slang and Its Analogues by John Farmer and William Henley. This is a British book published in 1891. They also refer to military life as the origin of this idiom. Again, saying that it means sort of in the early 1900s, chew the fat makes it to the United States, where it continues in popularity. Though the meaning slowly shifts from like a grumbling to an idle chat.
Okay.
Jibber jabber, as you said. Is that the term that you said?
Jibber jabber, yes.
Great.
Good memory, Casey.
Thanks. There's also another term called chew the rag, which
shan't be doing that nor using that term. Okay.
Which was mainly circulated in the United States, not a lot of British use. Random House Historical Dictionary of American Slang, published in 1875. Don't worry, I already got it for you for Christmas.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. They give an example of chew the rag. Gents, I could chew the rag for hours on end, just spilling out the words and never know more than a billy goat about what I was saying.
Well,
so to me, however, in James Dixon's Dictionary of Idiomatic English Phrases, published
also
in 1891,
my companion
also
gift.
coming to, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Published in 1891 in Shanghai. Dixon defines chewing the rag as to be sullen and abusive. So it kind of goes against the Dictionary of American Slang, because that seems as though like chew the rag for hours on end, whatever, casual banter, not abusive. Again, this was published in the United States and in Shanghai, so in the late 1800s. So take it for what it's worth.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Yeah. Regardless, it seems that the original phrase was actually chew the rag, which started in the United States and then shifted over time once it made its way to the to England, becoming chew the fat. Where the heck chew the rag comes from? Couldn't tell you.
I mean, that leads me to think of like chewing on a piece of leather when you're like in pain in the Old West or something. But It doesn't make me think that you're going to be having a chat with somebody.
Why don't we just use that?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the new origin story.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm glad we're continuing our legacy of making up definitions.
Yes. We have a language podcast where we make up definitions.
It's just as good as any other.
Yeah. So Worldwide Words sums it up pretty nicely and succinctly, more than I could ever do. We don't need to invoke any literal interpretations, either of chewing rags or of fat. It's enough to compare the steady chomping of the jaws in chewing with the mouth movements of conversation to see where the figurative sense came from.
Oh, Oh,
Image of a person biting down on something so unrewarding as a rag, like an angry dog wearing about a bit of cloth, is enough to evoke the original sense of grumbling and discontent in Chew the Rag.
okay.
Chewing on a piece of fat also includes a lot of heavy jaw work. Maybe the fat would taste better, though.
Yeah.
Just a personal thought.
I agree, unless, yeah, no, it sounds like it would probably taste a lot better.
Yeah, than a rag.
Yeah. Particularly a rag sounds like a dirty thing.
Yes. So, Ngram, I don't know where all of this is coming from.
What is happening,
It is
Casey?
only when I sit down to record that suddenly I'm gassy and I don't know what's happening. At least it's coming out this way and not the other way.
I mean, I'm having to watch your mouth.
I know.
So I would prefer it to be coming out the other way, kind of.
No, not this.
You
is
are
very
stuck in a
warm
closet.
room. Yeah. You'd have to see my face then too, and it wouldn't be great.
Okay.
Ngram reports on this, saying that there's a pretty steady usage from the late 1800s through the 1900s. There's a little dip in the 60s and 70s, but it continues on. Gets real popular around the 2000s, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
From Wikipedia. In ham radio, this is a direct quote, just to let everyone know. In ham radio, extended conversation, as opposed to just exchanging basic information, name, location, equipment, is called rag chewing. Chewthefat.org.uk is a web forum.
I'm getting on it immediately.
Yes, with a description, the chat forum your mother warned you about. And it's devoted entirely to chat, to gossip, and humorous banter. We should be like, I don't know, featured there.
I mean, I'm definitely joining it, and I'll become a featured user, and then we can
Great, take over.
Yes.
Great, perfect.
Oh, okay.
Chew the Fat is a food and travel podcast which focuses on food personalities across Ireland and the UK.
Oh, I want to listen to that too.
Mm-hmm. We should have had them on.
I thought I was getting caught up on my media. Now you're giving me several new outlets I have to explore.
I'm going to send you something real quick.
Oh, dear. While you're doing that, may I just say one thing that I keep thinking of? There's a restaurant near where I grew up called the Chat and Chew, which is a diner. I believe it's in Turbyville.
Ah, so, yes, Turbyville. Been there.
The booming metropolis of Turbyville.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I just want to give you, I usually don't like to give you much context about this song.
It's true. You do usually make me go into it blind.
This one is, it's a song from a band in Australia.
Okay.
In 1993 called the band is called Mr. Floppy.
Mr. Floppy?
Yep. And they're like real angsty. The beginning of the song is literally like a reporter man saying a lot of disconcerting things to really like intensify the feelings you might have of like the world is ending and the man is taking over and Big Brother and like that vibe. And then the song starts. So if you want to take it from there, action.
Taking from the angry man.
Yeah, it starts. This is the first set of lyrics right after that intro period.
I remember when we were young, sitting down to a plate of fat, we would eat until we were bloated and give the leftovers to the cats. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me hard. I know you love it, chewing on my lard so you can chew the fat.
That was great.
Thank you.
I'm going to send that to Mr. Floppy.
Mr. Floppy is an entity. He's just one man sitting around.
Yeah, still writing really weird songs. So 1993, The song is called Chew the Fat. I'm not even going to mention the album name because it's not that nice. It has some bad words in there.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, I feel like you did just make me say ha hard.
so they also don't have lyrics on the internet for that. So I had to listen to it on YouTube
Oh my
and
gosh.
transcribe the lyrics. Yeah. So how do you think I felt?
I did that for one song that I sent you once, and I was like, this is too much work. Yeah. Wow. I am really impressed with you, Casey. More than any of the research you did. I am really impressed that you listened to that song and wrote enough to write down the lyrics, because you can't just go through once. You have to like go back and listen.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty good at typing as people talk. I do that a lot of my job. So I just kind of went through once, really.
Wow. I didn't know you had the skill. I'm going to give you some stuff to do.
Stenographer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks, Casey. It was very illuminating.
Yeah, so we don't know is the point. We have no idea.
I feel like we're on a quite a thing lately of back to the we don't know where they come from.
Yeah. The first few instances that I read were like, oh, this is what it's from. This is where it's from. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. That 1999 article, it's featured in a bunch of other publications where people state it as fact.
This is what the internet's done to us, people.
It's true. And the term didn't show up for another almost 400 years. So it's just totally off.
Yeah. I'm going to start making things up and sending them out in emails. Yeah. But I guess people don't check their email anymore.
You could try email marketing.
Cool.
Ingrid, yes. I have something to tell you.
What is it?
I have an international idiom.
Oh, Casey, thank you so much. I was just about to say, do I speak Polish? Yes, of the many things that I speak. No, I don't speak Polish.
Do you want to try? I don't understand any of these letters.
Sure. I will not either, but yes, absolutely, Casey.
Oh my God. You're so much more fun than I am. Yep, right. What is that? Mm-hmm. It's like someone drew over the letters.
Slonachapiri sinaducho. No, that's not. We should take that out.
Nope, that's staying in. So the literal translation, again, this is Polish. The literal, if you couldn't tell.
If you couldn't tell the fluent Polish that I just spoke.
The literal translation of that is, did an elephant stomp on your ear? And what it means is you have no ear for music. I would like to say that all of these are coming from TED Talk, TED.
My buddy.
It's the blog. Yeah, it's the blog.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And they have a bunch of international idioms.
You have to send me that article.
Nope. Literally no, because this is my treasure trove of international idioms.
I just keep having
I'm not sharing.
You're so kind.
Get your own.
Okay. Well, fine. I'm not going to share with you the where I'm getting all of my ones for the racy idioms that we do for our Patreon.
I know. Which are the ones that I need more.
Right. I did not do a things we shouldn't say anymore, so we can skip that segment for this week.
Okay.
Cool. If you guys want to know what that is, listen to another episode or come back next week. All right. Who's going to do synonyms for idioms this week?
I'm going to.
All right.
This is from the Good Game Company. It's a board game called Idiomatic, where I read a synonym of an idiom, and Ingrid tells me what the idiom is.
Okay. I feel like I'm getting ready to do the spelling bee. Very nervous.
Question number 1. Squatty, but also very sugary.
Short and sweet.
Okay, calm it down. Am I this aggressive when I do it? My
no.
God.
I'm just really determined to not sound like an idiot.
All of us. You just screamed at 1,000 people.
Short and sweet.
Listen
I'll give all my answers like that from now on.
Oh, good. Perfect. In case you don't know, when we do the racy idioms, Ingrid speaks in her sultry voice, which is very similar to that.
Okay.
Listening to it via the wine fruit foliage.
Heard it through the grapevine.
That's great. And you came in strong, and then you brought
I
it down a
tried
little
to
bit.
tamp down my excitement.
No, but once you figure out what it is, it's like, oh my God, yes, I got it.
You're so excited that I sublimated my excitement.
Wow, what a great word.
Mm-hmm.
We will traverse that overpass once
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, let me finish it. God. It's a shame because the last few that we've done, I've just totally floundered for minutes on air, dead space. And you just let it happen. And I couldn't even finish saying what it was. And you told me. I also just reached and grabbed one, and it wasn't necessarily the hardest one. I feel like that last one.
I don't ever try to find you the hardest ones. Oh. And yeah, like not only do I let you flounder, I like actually made a video clip of one that you did.
Great.
Where you're just like, it made me laugh so hard.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So I'll put that up on our TikTok, guys.
Great.
Yes. Who wants to check that one out? Thank you, Casey. I'm sorry that I was
so good at this game.
No, I was a know-it-all.
Brilliant. No. Oh my God. Don't use such a pejorative term for being smart.
Thank you. They use it about Hermione Granger on Harry Potter. Like it's always a little bit unsettling. Like, don't tell children about that. That's a mean thing. So if you'd like to see that video clip of Casey, we'll put it up on our TikTok. You can email us at thelanguagelie@gmail.com. Or go over to Patreon, where we're going to record after this a racier idiom. Put those up there at patreon.com/thelanguagelie.
You can also slide into our DMs on Instagram at thelanguagelie, all one word. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can rate us, you can share.
Click that little follow button.
Oh, wow. She is officially an influencer. It just happened. You heard it here first.
So glad. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. And we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.